So we have this Turkish ex-Muslim, and he does a lot of his activism because he lives in Turkey. I think a lot of his activism is on Twitter, and he does amazing work by putting subtitles on these videos that we otherwise would not know existed. So here it is. Look at this one. Turkish Muslim immigrant who has been living in Switzerland for decades, confesses that by living there, he carries out his Islamic duty, which is spread Islam in Switzerland. Look at this. Look at the shame.
Leave Switzerland alone, man. It's such a nice country. Leave it be.
It's a beautiful country. Yeah, I mean, so I have a hadith, and I think like according to their worldview, like I mean, to be logically consistent, I'll quote that hadith. But have a listen to what he has to say.
İsviçre devletinin bize bir kuruş yardımı yok. Bir kuruş. Bir kuruş.
Sosyal devlet yok mu abi?
Ne sosyal?
He's angry. He's like, they don't give me dole money. Come on. Well, let me ask. No, I wouldn't say that would be politically incorrect. But he's like, no, like they're not giving me any money. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to screw them. I'm going to F them up. This is what he's saying. Look at this.
Ya İsviçre dediğin devlet sosyalist rejimi polis devleti. Hiçbir hakkımız yok.
Peki neden o ülkede Türkiye'ye gelelim?
Tamam işte. Ona geleceğim. Ben Avrupa'da İsviçre'de yaşamamın nedeni İslam'ı tebliğ etmek, Kur'an'ı tebliğ etmek, sünnetullah'ı tebliğ etmek. Bu bir. Çoluk çocuğumuz orada okuyor. Belirli bir mevkiye gelmiş. Hem Müslümanca yaşamak, hem insanlara İslam'ı tebliğ etmek, hem kazanmak. İsviçre devletinin
He said we earn a lot of money.
Why does he need help from the government if he earns a lot of money?
No. He said that because we're promoting Islamic way of life and we earn a lot of money. You know why? It's actually true. It's preaching Islam is a booming business. You know how much
I get
money
that,
you
but
can
then
make?
he shouldn't be asking for social welfare at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
No, but I think he blamed them. He say so. I think it's again circular reinforcement kind of thing where he's saying that because cycle. So basically they're not giving me money, so therefore I'm forced to look to other things.
No, but he would be doing that anyway. That's his duty.
But now he's making money out of that too. This is the reason why. But look at the hypocrisy of these people. Like I say, that these guys find remarkable excuses to justify them living in these wonderful Western countries. Amazing, like they say, well, I'm sure being Pakistani, you might have heard of this as well. Like a lot of Pakistanis say that. I was like, why are you living here if you love it so much? Oh well, they lived in our country for so long in British India. So now we're just returning the favor. Right. How freaking convenient. Yeah, but you hate it. Yeah, they were ruling it. You're not ruling. You're living like a miserable third, according to them. You're living a very miserable life because they don't treat you equally. They're racist towards you. They make fun of your dress attire and, your funny beards and all that, according to them, which they don't. And I think they should. Okay, maybe they shouldn't. Maybe leave that to us. I'll do that. But so why don't you go back? But no, why? Why they don't want to go back? They don't want to go back because when they go back to their country, this is what is in there. This is what's waiting for them in their country. This. Look at this. Why would you want to leave London and go there and live like this? Why? I mean, this is obviously terrible. This is miserable, horrible conditions. But this explains the reason, So they don't love country. They don't love Islam. They still prefer having their own, luxuries of life. But fair enough. We all do that. We all want to improve our lives. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a migrant as well in a way. When I was, do I fall in the immigrant category? I came here as a student, but anyway, okay. I'm an immigrant, so I wanted to live a better life. Yeah. So, but I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Look at this. What a beautiful house I live in. What like this passport has enabled me to become a global citizen. Not everyone has that luxury. Blah blah blah. But I don't crap on where I eat, but these people crap on where they eat. Again, hashtag not all. I'm waiting for friendly Muslims to turn up. Hashtag not all Muslims are like that. There is a lot of hope, and we'll discuss that survey. According to that survey, actually, a lot of Muslims are introspecting, and by the far right Islamic worldview, they're actually Islamophobic themselves. Like we discussed that top 8 countries, Pakistan was 6th most Islamophobic country when it comes to Twitter, after the US, after India, US, UK. There was couple other countries, and then Canada and Australia, and then Pakistan was number 6. It's like, whoa. So that means maybe Muslims are starting to introspect. Maybe Muslims are seeing that, okay, maybe there's something wrong the way we think. Maybe we need to correct ourselves. So that's a good thing, right? But until all of them start thinking that way, which is very unlikely, but we might get some normalcy in this, where Muslims think like it's okay to hate the country where they live, take full advantages of it, send their kids to best universities free of charge, and then they're still crapping on it and having these grandiose ideas of spreading Islam, and one day we will have this we will turn Switzerland and England and France and Germany, all these countries, we'll turn these countries into Islamic countries. So to which I say, but according to their own logic, because it's perfectly rational, why if Switzerland starts following in Muhammad's, the greatest role model for everyone, if Switzerland starts following in his footsteps, they should do this. The Messenger of Allah said, if I live, Allah wills, I will expel the Jews and Christians from the Arabian Peninsula. So Switzerland, whoever the president or prime minister is, they should say, if Jesus wills, I will expel all Muslims from the Swedish borders. Swiss borders, sorry. So it just some cases are so clear cut. Look at Muhammad Hijab, for example. Tries to act like a big man in front of, craps on London, craps on the West, and organizes protests against China for its treatment of Uyghurs in London from the safety of thanks to the safety of his British passport, goes in front of the Chinese embassy and says, The Rock says, throws shit. He's an entertainer. I think he puts on a show. But anyway, but then he doesn't go to China, doesn't go to Egypt, doesn't go there, doesn't cancel his British passport. Same thing with Ali Dawa as well, whose father was a refugee, apparently. He called me a refugee. He was like, hang on, I'm not a refugee. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with being a refugee. But he himself was a refugee. His father was a refugee, sorry. So, these hypocrites, freaking hypocrites. I worry the day when there will be another resurgence of far right-wing people who would say, you know what, okay, this is what you've said. Cancellation is not going to be confined to cancellation from platforms. It might actually mean canceling your passports as well. So it's like, sorry, cancel, get out. We don't have anything to do with you. We read that hadith, the infamous hadith of Prophet Muhammad, that I will expel these non-believers or people who have different beliefs. We're following in your Prophet's footsteps because you told us to.
Yeah, I think you've put that very well.
Sounds harsh,
crazy.
But according to their logic, it's perfectly reasonable. Not according to my worldview. Our worldview is different. But according to their worldview, this is perfectly fine.
Well, it's actually happening in practice now. Like the whole talk about Shamima Begum being resulting in her being an alien because she doesn't have Bangladeshi citizenship, but they were going to revoke her English one. And it was just like, if you set that precedent, then everybody that essentially books that ticket to ISIS or is seen sympathizing could potentially have their passport revoked. And so, where does that leave a lot of people? But it is a real thing that we're seeing happening. So it's not just like conjecture. It's because you see like even when they have like, supposedly peaceful protests and stuff, what they're calling for is insanely dangerous. It is literally to fly the flag of like ISIS or a flag with the Shahada on. They've got all these pictures where they superimpose it on top of the Houses of Parliament, and their actual placards say, we will not stop until the flags of Islam are flying high above Westminster, and things like that.
And the White House as well.
Yeah, and the White House, exactly.
If you like these videos and want to support me in my activism, then you can support me on Patreon or PayPal. Stay free, everyone.